Hello and welcome back. So glad you've tuned in. I hope you're all having a great day wherever you are. And today is a day filled with news. First and foremost, I want to start off with, of course, acknowledging the Duchess had her Archetypes podcast today, and I've seen quite a bit of coverage on it. And it was a very poignant conversation. It was very emotional as well. In the podcast, that a lot of topics covered. I'm talking about mental health, maternal health, and the stigma associated with mental health struggles. And it was very poignant. And I love the fact that there was a sort of disclaimer, so to speak, that if the topics were triggering to some people, that perhaps that they should, sit that one out. And of course, that is so spot on from the Duchess. So, and of course, the standout that I've seen covered was Meghan speaking about when Harry found her a referral to a mental health professional when she was at her, quote, worst point. So even here, I'm going to give that disclaimer as well. I know that a lot of things discussed on that episode could be very triggering for some people. And, watching a lot of the coverage, especially as I got back on social media, I saw two sides of it. Of course, some people just picking apart anything Meghan said, and some people quite callously covering some aspects of it. And I want to be so responsible on this channel. I think that a lot of things discussed on that podcast need to be handled with kid gloves. And of course, a lot of the topics could be potentially triggering. So I want to be very mindful of that as well here. You don't want to just touch on matters and, kind of trade off of the topics and not really address them. It's not very responsible to kind of put out some topics out there and just say, okay, thanks for watching, thanks for the clicks. It's not very responsible. So I'm very, very sensitive to that. So I will talk about a part here that I think I can cover in a way that it can be broadly listened to wherever people are emotionally and mentally and in their own journey. Meghan spoke, as I said before, about how Prince Harry found her a referral to a mental health professional. She said that it was her worst point, and finally being connected to someone that her husband had found for her to call. And she said she called a woman. And this is what Meghan said in quotes. She said she didn't know that I was even calling her, and she was checking out at a grocery store. And she said that she could hear the little beep, beep. And she was saying hi. She introduced herself. And she could hear the woman going, "Who's this?" And she said that she needed help, and she could hear the dire state that Meghan was in. And Meghan went on to say that it is good for people to be really honest about what they need and not be afraid to make peace with that and to ask for it. Though she didn't provide a lot of details about her experience, we know that she had previously addressed a lot of her struggles in her interview with Oprah about her mental health issues that she went through after marrying Prince Harry and becoming a senior working member of the royal family. And she spoke about how, she had gone through such a tough time. So of course, I just want to touch on that and, give this word out there that if anyone is feeling low, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to look for, someone to talk to, someone who will listen. And of course, I would like to encourage that as well. I know here on this channel that you are loved, and I just pray for you and just know that someone out here loves you. So yes, I wanted to just touch on it in a very broad sense. For those of you who want to get more in depth, of course, you can go and listen to this week's episode where Meghan talks to Constance Wu and a couple of other guests about very deep and poignant moments. So as I said before, I want to keep it broad and not just glance over topics that need to be more deeply explored and dealt with. As I said before, I would like to not trade off of such topics, but hopefully put them forth in a way that they can be addressed. So yes, once again, if anyone out there needs help, do not be afraid. I'd encourage you to talk to someone. So that's the first topic of the day. So now we have another update. It has been confirmed by Buckingham Palace that King Charles III's coronation will be held on May the 6th, 2023. He will be crowned alongside Camilla at Westminster Abbey in a service which will have a slight change from the pomp and pageantry of his mother's coronation that took place in June the 2nd, 1953. So why is this news here? It turns out that this is a very special day for Prince Harry and Meghan. The date chosen First and foremost, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's son, Archie Mountbatten Windsor, was born on May the 6th, 2019 at Portland Hospital in London and will be celebrating his 4th birthday on the same day that his grandfather will be crowned. So isn't that interesting? And also the chosen date, turns out, is one deeply connected with many aspects of royal history, as it's also the day that King George IV acceded to the throne following his King Edward IV's death, and marks the anniversary of Princess Margaret's wedding to Anthony Armstrong Jones. So while all those dates are, kind of stand out, it is quite key that this May the 6th anniversary is something that's special as well to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex because, as I said before, it is Archie's birthday. So that's cool. He will have a special link to share with his grandfather as he celebrates his 4th birthday on the same day that King Charles will be crowned at Westminster Abbey. So we've all been speculating. We all know that as the Sussexes are based in California, there have been quite a few suggestions on what will their plans be for the day. Of course, it is and would be expected that as Prince Harry is the king's son, he would have a part in this ceremony. They've already given out a few details talking about the fact that King Charles is scaling back the event. Apparently this time around from 6,000 guests, they've reduced it to 2,000, which is, by the way, no number to scoff at. 2,000 is quite a crowd. So they say that he will be crowned using St. Edward's crown. And for many people who do not know this, King Charles will not be the only one being crowned. Camilla, too, will be crowned as well. That's something a lot of people, I don't think a lot of people know that. She will have a moment where she is crowned, and according to the schedule of the day, that she will be anointed with holy oil, just as the Queen Mother was when she was crowned queen alongside King George VI in 1937. So what a moment that will be. I think, people, I think sometimes if they're not very aware of these ceremonies, they need to know that there will be that moment when Camilla will be crowned queen. And I wonder what will be going through a lot of people's minds at that time. Charles, he has a history there that will be delved into, much to their chagrin, in the upcoming season of The Crown. So a lot of memories will be really refreshed at that time. So yeah, I just wanted to add that in here. That moment. So that day in the festivities and all the ceremony will have very many layers to it. So the article that I'm reading here goes on to talk about the fact that Charles has had a chance to meet with Archie and, of course, Lilibet. As we remember, on the Queen's Platinum Jubilee earlier this year, Archie had the chance to reunite with his grandfather, and a senior royal source at the then Clarence House said of the meeting that, quote, "It was fantastic to see them. It was wonderful to have them back in Britain. The Prince and the Duchess were absolutely thrilled to see them." Now talking of Charles and Camilla. And the statement went on to say that the Prince, of course, hasn't seen his grandson Archie for a bit of time, so it was very, very, very special to have some time with him. He hadn't met Lily, his granddaughter, and so to meet her was very emotional, a very, very wonderful thing, end quote. Those are many verys in that statement. So I wanted to share this here, kind of just to lighten up the mood and to, of course, give that info. So as I said, once again, it's going to be quite interesting that on Archie's 4th birthday, that's when his grandfather will be crowned. So yeah, let me know all your thoughts. Let me know your expectations for the day. Let me know also about your thoughts concerning the titles. Let me know if you also think that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex will be attending the coronation. I know that it is expected, but of course, not a lot of details have been released on the guest list as yet. And of course, in light of Prince Harry's memoir that's coming up, you never know, right? So let me know your thoughts on all this in the comment section below. So now we have some amazing news to round this all off. Talk about the cherry on top. So, courtesy of rfkhumanrights.org, we have a release that says this. Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights today have announced that Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, have been named this year's Ripple of Hope Award laureates in recognition of their work on racial justice, mental health, and other social impact initiatives through their Archie Foundation. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex will be honored alongside previously announced laureates Frank Baker, co-founder and manager partner of Cyrus and Brian Moynihan, chair of the board and chief executive officer of Bank of America, and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. And this is a quote by Kerry Kennedy, the president of Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights. She says this, quote, "When the Duke and Duchess accepted our award laureate invitation back in March, we were thrilled. The couple has always stood out for their willingness to speak up and change the narrative on racial justice and mental health around the world." She went on to say, quote, "They embody the type of moral courage that my father once called the, quote, essential, vital quality for those who seek to change a world that yields mostly painfully to change," end quote. So the Robert F. Kennedy Ripple of Hope Award has honored exemplary leaders across government, business, advocacy, and entertainment who have demonstrated an unwavering commitment to social change and worked to protect and advance equity, justice, and human rights. So they talk about former winners who include Stacey Abrams, former Vice President Joe Biden, George Clooney, Amanda Gorman, Kamala Harris, Colin Kaepernick, and former President Barack Obama, and Desmond Tutu, and the list goes on and on. And of course, the Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights is a non-partisan, not-for-profit organization that has worked to realize Robert F. Kennedy's dream of a more just and peaceful world since 1968. In partnership with local activists, they advocate for key human rights issues. So that's the news right there. Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, will be honored, so mark your calendars. They've said that the gala shall be held in New York on December the 6th, 2022. So that's the press release, and you heard it here first. So once again, more news. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section. I'm so excited for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. So let me know your thoughts on all this in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to my Patreon, PayPal, and membership supporters here on YouTube. I would like to say thank you. And a special shout out to a couple of supporters here on this channel. Thank you once again to Delcinia Preston, who's been a long-time supporter on this channel. Thank you so much as well for renewing your membership here. Delcinia, know that I love you and I pray for God's best for you. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you to Anna Thorne. Thank you so much for your support for these videos. Your love means so much to me. And a special thank you to Magdalene Jano Baptiste. Thank you so much for your support in this channel. I value and appreciate you so much. Thank you. And a special thank you as well to Gail Tapscott, who's been a supporter of this channel. You warm my heart and I appreciate you so very much. And now a special thank you to some newer supporters of this channel. A special thank you right now to Lala, who has chosen to be a Patreon supporter here. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful to God for you and I say God bless you. Thank you. And a special thank you once again to Ruth C. Thank you so much. Words cannot express how much I appreciate your giving. I want to say I love you and thank you. And a special shout out right now to Bonnie, the handle Bonnie10Pow. Thank you so much for giving during the last live. You mean so much to me. You are truly a blessing and such a godsend. Thank you so much as well for being a Patreon supporter for this channel. I love you so very, very much. Once again, leave your thoughts on all this in the comment section below. Once again, I want to express to all of you how much I love you. I truly do, and I appreciate you. And I want to say God bless you. And I'm praying for God to continue to watch over you. In Jesus' name, all of you have a blessed day. Thank you. Leave your comments below, and I will catch you in the next one. Have a blessed one.